Hi everyone, if you could all stop scrolling for a minute, I'd like to give you a few tips and suggestions on how I quit weed. So I was in weed addiction heavily and badly for 4 years, about 4.5 years. I lost relationships, friendships, family members, nearly lost my full family, blew a lot of money, fried my head, but not only that, it nearly cost me my future, my full life. I thought I would die smoking weed, that's how powerful it is. So I just thought I'd come on and share some tips and try to give you some advice, because I know there are a lot of people out there not only struggling with this but other addictions, and these are the things that helped me with quitting weed. And maybe it's not as hard as cocaine or, you know what I mean, other drugs, but it's still a drug. So when I first stopped smoking weed, and it was the hardest thing ever. The first few months I felt lost, depressed, didn't know what to do with myself, because that was my normal. I wanted to stop smoking weed for so long, but I was just so powerless, and it got to the point where if I didn't, I would lose everyone, and I was just in a bad way. I'm gonna be totally honest. I live an honest life now. I used to lie all the time. I used to steal. I used to manipulate people. I used to get used. I used to use people. I used to ruin relationships. I used to ruin my health. That was the only thing I cared about, because when you're in addiction, it's more powerful than anything. You know what I mean? It's not as if you can just be well, you can, but it's not oh, my family want me to stop, so I'll stop for them, or even if you really want to, sometimes it's more than that. But anyway, at the start when I stopped smoking weed, I cut loads of people off, not only for my own mental health and my own benefit, but because it wasn't good. See, having a lot of people and just being in contact with either drug dealers, fake friends, all that type of stuff. So I did that. I cut people off to start with. The first few months it was not good at all. I didn't know what to do with myself at all. So I reached out to a group called The Give It. They're a young group. They're a group that works with young people. They take you out. Not only that, but you meet new people, you interact with people, you try new things, you can do new things, and it gets you out the house. And they're all about recovery and sobriety. So I joined that. I just phoned them myself. That's still a thing. And then a wee while after, I felt as if, and I needed more. So I was looking for recovery groups, and Addicted to Life popped up, and I already know the guy that started the group. So I joined that when it first started. I went there for a few months, and that was an amazing group, and it really helped me not only hold myself accountable, but just obviously hearing other people's stories and being around like-minded people, and just keeping me on the right track. Because you can think about, oh, recovery meetings embarrassing, or I don't want to do that in case they think this or they think that, or you don't want to go to meetings, but you need them. If you want to recover, then you need meetings. I don't know, for me personally, I needed meetings, and it's addiction, so you need to be around different people. And it's hard, but that's what I had to do. So the first few months I went to recovery meetings. Addicted to Life is no longer a group at the moment, but anyway, I went to recovery meetings for a few months until I felt as if I had more tools, and just until I met more people and stuff. I also downloaded an app, it's called Quit Weed. You can download it on your phone. I would highly recommend it to anyone. It helps me massively. It's a really good app. It'll tell you the money you're saving, how much you're not smoking, what it does to you when you're not smoking. It tells you all the benefits and all the pros, all the cons. So I download that because I had loads of messages on my last video, and I've just been really I've been so fucking busy. I'm not going to, truthfully honest, so busy with work, college, day-to-day life, my own stuff. That's why I've not posted content in a while. But anyway, that's why I've not posted content in a while. But I'm going to get back to it, and I've not been running in 3-4 weeks because my injury came back. But the first week of June I'm going to get seen to. I'm going to go to A&E or go to a physio, and then that'll be me, because I've got another, like you see the medal, I've got another ultra marathon coming up in August, so I need to get my arse training for that. But aye, I've got it. Dylan's got that. I'm all good. But that's why I've not been posting running. I've still been at the gym, but well and truly, life's so busy and it's been busy. But I'll be back to it anyway. So yeah, I'd highly recommend downloading Quick Weed, and I also started, and you need to get out your comfort zone. You need to, like, it's the only way for anything, but particularly in addiction and just life. But you need to get out your comfort zone if you want to grow, because when you're staying in your comfort zone all the time, you're not going to grow. Growth is where and when, and growth will happen when you get out your comfort zone. Like, believe me if you want, believe me if you like, don't believe me if you don't want, but it's true. Try it, I guarantee your life would change and you would start seeing more benefits. So yeah, I got out my comfort zone. I started doing things that I wouldn't normally do, and stuff that I hated to do, or stuff I felt embarrassed to do, or just stuff that I thought I couldn't do, or the mind comes in, doubt. Just, you get where I'm coming from. So I started doing that, getting out my comfort zone. Started trying and doing cold water dips at first, and even now I've not done them in a wee while, but they're really good for you. You've got a thing in the back of your neck called the vagus nerve, and that's it's a really good thing. But just when you're doing cold water dip and stuff, and same like the gym, running, stuff like that, it's a natural high. It's natural dopamine. It's good for you. Releases your endorphins and makes you feel good, and yeah, it's just amazing. So that's what that does. But I started doing cold water dips. I started interacting with people in recovery, finding other stuff to do, to be honest, finding who Dylan was before I get all the shit put on top of me, before I get slagged, before I started taking drugs, before I started, you know what I mean, before I actually started smoking weed. I've never took anything else, but weed was bad enough for me. People can say, oh, it's only weed, or, you know what I mean, there are worse drugs out there. Of course I know that, but this is my story. I'm talking about my story, and weed was bad enough for me. Doesn't matter what substance it is, it's how you use it and what you do. And I abused it in the amount I was smoking and the length of time and just everything. So that is why it was so bad for me. But yeah, I started getting out my comfort zone. I did cold water dips. I joined back the gym. I've been consistent ever since. I joined back the gym last April, because I've been in and out the gyms like my full life. I used to play football years ago, but that's one thing that's helped me so much, the gym, and still to this day. Not only, you know what I mean, not only it's going to get you looking amazing and strong, but it's for the mental health more than anything. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't love looking and feeling fit and healthy, but it's for the mental health and actually purpose, routine, structure. So yeah, I started the gym, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. See, even if you're a beginner, or see, even if you want to start something but you're afraid to start, or like you don't know where to start, or give me a message, drop me a DM. Like, and if you're struggling this month's mental health month, and I'm here for anyone. I would rather you message me, or I'm sure you, like me and your family members, would rather you cry on my our shoulder than be at your funeral the next week. Like, no one wants that. I don't want that either. Like, I don't want that. So reach out to people no matter what you're struggling with. I promise you, they're always light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe you sound like, oh, I'm talking shite, or it's hard to see when you're in it. I know myself. I was at rock bottom. I'm not just saying this, like, I've been through so much, in days where I felt like I wouldn't survive. I've survived days where I thought I couldn't. So it was just a wee message. I just wanted to say that because I know it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I do want to post. I've been mega busy, that's why I've not posted anything, like I said. So yeah, just reach out to me or anyone. I know how hard it is, and I know life can be fucking tough at times, and how shit and sad you can feel at times and alone. So please reach out to anyone, me, anyone, a helpline, just reach out, please. But back to my weed addiction. So yeah, I started the gym, and ever since I've been consistent, and honestly it's the best thing for me. I started meeting new people. I started getting stronger. Like the gym, yeah, cool, makes you look stronger. No, not makes you look stronger, gets you stronger, makes you feel healthier and better, but also releases your endorphins, gives you structure and routine, gives you discipline, gains you confidence, I swear, gains you confidence, helps your anxiety, helps your sleep, like helps everything. So what more could you want? And I would recommend that to anyone. But download the Quick Weed app, and there's just a few tips and suggestions. Like, you don't need to, but I thought I'd put that out there because I know how hard it is and I know people are struggling. So I want to spread the message, and all I want to do is help and inspire others to not even overcome, to flee from their addiction and their bad habits that they no longer want and they no longer need in their life. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I appreciate yous. I know it's a bit of a long one and I've not posted in a while, but back to it. Hope yous have a blessed Saturday and like and follow for more. Appreciate every single one of yous. Catch yous.